podcast starts now.
Hello and welcome to Click Click Play episode 52. This is the first podcast we've had since we've passed a year. It's just incredible. John's been here from the bitter beginning and he's here today. Jordan Reese.
Hey Ben.
Well, that was very muted. You okay, John? You matured? Are you hungover?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alrighty then. And what's wrong, John? You sound upset.
Nothing. I'm just I'm doing about 5 things at the same time. I didn't put any prep into this show, so I've been getting the news together, and now I'm sending out the Twitch link to some people that like to come and see it. But no, you got my attention now. What's up? You okay?
Oh no, just say it. How is everything?
Yes, good. Yeah, hectic week work-wise, but loads of games as well. Loads of shit to talk about.
What did you get up to with your girlfriend? You went to a posh restaurant or something?
Whoa,
Hey, I don't
what
wanna-
haven't they been up to?
Whoa.
Spare us some details. Tell us lots.
Yeah, just went to like a nice local restaurant where they think it's cool to do the whole dry ice thing in cocktails, like it hasn't been done for the last 20 years. But yeah, it was nice little joint. It's a 31st. No, it'll be a 32nd birthday because I'm 31 this year.
I should love you telling that.
Wow. Yeah, don't tell her age on fucking.
No, that's not allowed.
32 in 2 days.
She's turned 21 again for the 10th time.
At 28.
Well, and also you can hear us here in the background. It's the most popular man on YouTube, Melamanen.
Wow. You know,
Hey, congratulations. Man.
thank you.
How you doing,
Guess
Melam?
what's new this week?
What is new this week?
Nothing.
Ah, yeah,
Still
no,
nothing happening in my life.
Oh, yeah, same here. Nothing really new. Just plodding along, waiting for games to
Cool.
come out. That's all we do. Wait for holidays. You got any holidays planned this year, Melam?
No.
No. Okay, great. Just been chilling. Nice. Been.
Wh-
Happiest place in the world. Where's he going to go? Anything's a downgrade, if you leave Norway.
Yeah, that's true.
They're all so happy.
That's true. But
Yeah,
what holiday are you talking about?
I don't know, like summer holidays, Easter holidays.
Yeah, sure.
Not Easter. Not
East-
Easter in
Easter,
Norway. They're
that's-
like fucking heathens.
Yeah. We kill people during the Easter.
That's when they go pillaging.
Sacrificing people, raping and pillaging.
Yeah.
I was streaming with Melam yesterday, and his girlfriend was having a party, and in typical old man fashion, he was like, "Come back a minute, I've got to go and shout at some people," and he went and shouted at them and told them to be quiet because he was streaming with me.
I'm playing games.
The life of the party, Melanie. You always say that.
Oh, they're all having a few drinks. Like, guys, I'm trying to play
Biggest
Monster Hunter. But yeah, the other person you can hear, he's just starting out on YouTube. How long have you been on there for, Andre?
On YouTube, about seven years now.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
Wow, you've grown up on
Oh my
YouTube.
God.
Great.
I know, jeez. I've been with YouTube since the beginning, and I still only you know what?
Hmm?
I'm almost to 3,000. It's only the first month of what's it called? I reached 2,000 in December,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm already almost at 3,000 in January. I'm on an upward spiral
Wow.
Nice.
and a downward spiral mentally, but everything else, it's great.
Would you say it's
You
down
guys
to your
must
Nothing
appearance
is
on?
good on YouTube, but everything's great.
Oh no, I'm YouTubing the fuck out of my mental breakdown. It's awesome.
Ah,
But what's it called? Yesterday I went to not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I went to like a little rock it was like a little punk rock concert. Like I needed to record a music video there. And my God, guys, how long has it been in the chat? How long have we been in recording? Like 5 minutes?
yeah.
It reminded me so much of Life is Strange. It was insane. It was insane. Everyone was fucking it was ridiculous. I loved it. Oh my God. Met so many cool people, met a great band,
Oh
got to
no.
hang out with a bunch of people. But yeah.
Was it hella good?
I was talking to a girl with blue hair. I was like, oh, this
Oh.
is my life come true. This is awesome. I knew Jordan wanted to hear that, but yeah, other than that, I've been doing all right. I've been I'm gonna go like right after this. I'm shaving, so that's good. This is the last you get to see of my beard.
Oh, the beard. Okay.
Is it because I took the piss out of you?
Wait, what did you say?
I said I'm glad that some girls still find ISIS or maybe
Yeah.
Al Qaeda look hot.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I remember that. Yeah, that's
No wonder you got deported
that's-
last week.
yeah, exactly. I listened to that podcast, man. I have a lot of complaints. First off, I I don't think Labo is a good idea. I think it's a very bad idea. And I know people are saying like, "Oh, it's not really meant for for adults." I mean, look at all the shitty peripherals. And Nintendo is not good with peripherals ever. They have never been good with that. So the fact that this is made of cardboard just means it's easier to throw away when you're done.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be good on a business. I'm sounding like my brother right now. It sounds good on a business level, but you know what? It's like it's a waste of resources. I think they could be. I would rather a fucking controller come. I'd rather just give us a GameCube controller to connect to the sides. I need more manageable joysticks. That's all I want.
But how are you going to control a monster? How are you going to control a robot with the GameCube controller?
God, shut the fuck up, man.
I think it's great.
Also, what's her name? Mika said one of her favorite games of all time is Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I second that opinion. I think that is a great opinion, and it's fucking dope. That's one of my favorite games of all time as well, even though it made it to like number 99 on our top 100 games of all time.
Wow, it actually made it.
It was made for children.
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day originally was made for children, and then it just got fucking bonkers crazy. And I fucking love. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the references haven't aged well. I'm pretty sure it references like the first Matrix and Goodfellas. Oh no, it references Untouchables, which is the most random reference you can make. It references what's that Stanley Kubrick movie? Fucking A Clockwork Orange. Right at the beginning, the first reference that game makes is A Clockwork Orange, which I mean, I guess it flies over a lot of people's heads today. I guess. But yeah, great game. One of my favorites. Mika, marry me, and that's it.
Miko.
Cool.
Maybe if you got a name right, should appreciate
Mika,
it.
Miko, whatever.
All right. Yeah, you're wrong about Nintendo Labo. I think it's a great idea.
Labo is a fucking stupid idea. It's a stupid name too. What a dumb name. Google.
So much money.
I know it's gonna make so much money, but it's not gonna be good. Look at the Wii Balance Pad. You used it for like one application, and the commercial for it was just like that fucking commercial. Oh, we're gonna sit down and sled down this mountain. Oh, we're gonna skateboard on it. None of that shit happens. This is the new Kinect. Every fucking peripheral that comes out is basically the new Kinect.
I love my balance board. I use it for a good 2 months. But like they used to have all this stuff that was just plastic and would get left around and destroyed and all this.
That's the one thing I like about
degradable.
this is the fact that you're gonna be able to fucking throw it away when you're done. But whatever.
And you'll be able to buy new ones, and kids can color it in, and I just think it's gonna be great for people with kids. It's perfect.
No kid is gonna fucking put their Switch onto somebody's backpack as they're fucking jumping around fighting robots. It sounds a little too risky for a $300 console to be put into a cardboard holder. I don't know. I wouldn't risk my fucking. I wouldn't give my kids my Switch. All right. I don't even talk to my kids anymore.
Talking about his girlfriend. All right. So should we go into games?
What the fuck was that?
Games time.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your deck. And if you can play it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it?
What games are you playing, you complete set of bastards, you? And games, because we are playing games apparently this time. We're not just all hyped up for the Royal Rumble. Speaking of video games, Jordan, are you going to watch the Royal Rumble tonight?
Not tonight, no, because
starts early.
I'm a real person with a real job, and I need to sleep at real times and get up at real times. But
it's on an hour earlier.
Is it? What time are we talking? Proper time?
We're talking 12 p.m. David Cameron time. 12 a.m. Sorry.
So starts at midnight and it runs for 3 hours. Yeah.
No, probably like 5 hours.
Right. Okay. Cool.
7 o'clock Trump time.
I'll be watching that. I pay my $9.99 a month for the WWE Network. I consider it Vince McMahon tax, but now and again I do like to kind of dip in and watch a pay-per-view. Typically, though, I just kind of read on an app what happened and then go, oh, glad I didn't fucking watch that. Andre, why are you showing me pictures of ladies? What's going on?
That's not a lady, that second picture. But yeah, John, did you see the Raw 25?
I read about the Raw 25, yeah.
They had a special... You know when you're a live event, you know what's amazing if you're going to be broadcasting a live event? Having 2 venues for it. So that whenever something's happening in one, the rest of the other people in the other venue are going, all right, guess we're sitting here watching the rest of the show on a TV screen. It just seemed like...
And the wrestling fans, so that was not their reaction. There was
no.
a lot of chanting and a lot of swearing. You think they would have run that properly and had match? I'm assuming they did have matches or something.
Yeah, 2 like dark matches of people that I don't know who they are. So amazing.
Oh, it's all fucked in it, but the XFL, so that's gonna sort everything out.
Oh man, what a fucking great announcement!
What a lad!
Wait for it. I cannot wait.
The sheer fucking audacity of Vince McMahon to relaunch the XFL. This is why I pay him £10 a month just to see what will happen, and this is the fruit of it. Brilliant.
Mental. Anyway, speaking of video games, what video games have we all been playing? Jordan, I think I'll let you start.
WWE 2K.
2K.
Oh my god!
19.
I actually played that. Real shit. I played that when I right when I interrupted your guys' last podcast. When I randomly interrupted for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
I went to my friend's house and I played.
It didn't look like you were playing WWE 2K.
No. I was having mimosas with friends, and let me tell you, I was hung the fuck over by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was the worst thing ever. I felt like death. And then I started playing WWE 2K18.
That's a good hangover game.
God, what a fucking... People play that?
Yeah.
That is the most... That's the shittiest game I've ever played in my entire life.
So bad.
I'm sorry.
The last one I played, I think it was 2K16, and then that was really bad. And then 2K17 came out, and everyone went, "Oh yeah, this is worse." And then 2K18 came out and went, "Oh yeah, it's even worse." Like, oh, okay, I'm not touching one of those again.
They should just reskin Def Jam Fight for New York with wrestlers and call it a day. That's a fucking great fighting game. Arcade, like just wrestling moves and shit. They should just do that.
I think just give it to EA. I mean, just give it to EA because you just want kind of a cheap. You just want a cheap kind of wrestling experience. You don't want just this massive. At least EA generally isn't a buggy mess. I mean, Andromeda had like weird stuff, but at least you could play it. Whereas like 2K games are just every game comes out and it's trash. NBA game, absolute trash.
You played it on the Switch. That doesn't count.
It's still a game they released, and it was
good point.
Unplayable. God. Yeah, I won't buy anything from 2K unless like the reviews are amazing, and there isn't just full of microtransactions.
Yeah.
2K, I hate 2K more than
done.
anything else, than any other game publisher. But we'll talk about Ubisoft later. Why have you got a bra on back to front, Andre?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Why are you wearing a bra back to front?
He's really leaning into that terrorist aesthetic.
God, super offensive.
I thought you said terrorist for a minute. I was like, what?
Do not step outside of your house in New York looking like that.
What's it called? I'm sitting on a chair with no back, so I need some back support. This is a back belt, not a fucking bomb. I swear I'm not a fucking terrorist, even though my beard says, yeah, okay.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to get banned from
Speaking
Twitch.
of killing terrorists, I played Call of Duty World War II, and Nazis are terrorists, right? That's the thing.
I thought they were the next big thing, according to Americans.
I beat that game in 2 sit-ins. It's nothing special. It is another Call of Duty game. It felt nice to shoot the World War II guns again. Other than that, story was one of the most forgettable World War II stories ever. It had a couple cool missions. Storming the beach looked really good in HD. What else? There's a sneaking mission. There's like a spy mission where you play as a woman all of a sudden, which blew my mind. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And she was really cool. What else? Fuck. I didn't play any of the multiplayer because I know Ben plays a lot of the multiplayer, so I just wanted to focus on the campaign because it wasn't in Spanish. Final.
Yeah, you should play it in Spanish.
But yeah, like what they tried to do at one point, spoiler alerts, I don't give a fuck. dumb spoiler.
We know who wins.
At one point, yeah, America wins. They save the day. They save the entire world in the end, which is nice. But what's it called? But oh, I'm sorry, man. What was Norway doing during all this? Right, they're just chilling.
They were invaded.
I
weren't
haven't
they?
discovered yet.
They discovered the
But
UK,
what's it
didn't they?
But yeah, like at one point you go through a concentration camp, and even that moment didn't have like any. There was no Russian moment in that game. I was told from the beginning, like, oh, at one point you go through a concentration camp and it's chilling. Lies. That's all lies. Fake news.
Oh,
But what's it called? It was just like
you're calling concentration camps fake news?
you know what? I haven't seen any proof. All
Oh.
right?
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
I'm so gonna get banned from Twitch after this. We're how many minutes into it? Oh, it's 10. We're 10 minutes in. We've already mentioned
But
Life
what's
is
it called?
Strange. And this.
But what's it called? Like there was no moment where I'm like, fuck, this is why I play Call of Duty. Like every game so far has had a moment where I'm like, this is fucking badass. This is crazy. And this was very grounded, which I appreciate. But at the same time, man, I just want no Russian again. Give me a no Russian level again,
Mhm.
and I'll be fucking happy. Give me something that shocks the shit. I remember when I first played that level, it fucking destroyed my way of looking at video games. I was like, that is a fucking bold ass choice. And I played it before I knew what it was, and I didn't even understand what was going on until like later. I mean, it's a dumb story beat, but like it's still like it's something you don't forget. Like all gillied up,
Mm.
and
I
yeah,
love
this
that
one
one.
had no moments like that. I don't remember any of the characters. A lot of the cliche stuff like, oh, I got a girl back home. She told me she was pregnant right before I left. I'm like, oh, no shit. You're dead. Have fun dying in the next 20 minutes. And of course that happens. I'm pretty sure. All the characters are I mean, I know it's of the era, but they're all just like boring white guys. They're just like and they do introduce a black guy. And I was like,
Welcome
oh,
to
that's
this
kinda cool.
podcast.
Yeah, welcome to
Four boring white guys.
Four boring white guys. But what's it
three
called?
and a
But
half.
yeah, game. It controlled well. Call of Duty always controls well. It didn't tell an interesting story. World War II. I mean, it hit all the beats. Normandy. It didn't hit. What's it called? What was that one? Market Garden. Operation Market Garden, which is like one of my favorite war moments. But you know, it was
Favorite war moments.
yeah, it's a pretty dope scene from Band of Brothers and Brothers in Arms and Medal of Honor. A lot of video games touch on that moment because it's like the biggest paratrooper raid ever in history, and like just the idea of like seeing that in like 4K would have been nice. But you know what? It's another Call of Duty game. Solid 7.5 if I had to give it something.
Yeah, I haven't touched
Yeah.
the campaign, but the multiplayer is really cool. I have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want a game where, and probably I'm sure there is a game. It might even be. I keep thinking Stalker. Is Stalker really good? Where it's like a really kind of quiet, you know, just a really atmospheric one. Especially like in Call of Duty, if they'd done like a good concentration camp level,
Oh,
you know, where it was really
whoa.
hit the fields and you were there, and you know, like a good hour-long level that kind of changes.
Honestly,
they had the chance
just
to do that.
Put me in the shoes of a Nazi at one point. I would have liked that. I would have been like, oh, that's a fucking interesting thing. That could have been handled well. You could have seen it from the other side. I mean,
Oh.
there's no whoa. Let me back up this. All right.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I don't know. Let me be somebody infiltrating the Nazi regime. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. They don't like give me
So bog
or-
standard,
or-
isn't it?
or straight up just let me see it from the point of view of a Nazi. Let me see what they see. I'm sure it's all shit, but you know, it is America. I'm really interested in what the Nazis are thinking, I guess.
There's never a really interesting kind of out there story in Call of Duty. It'd be awesome if you just played the entire time you were a Nazi, but you were like infiltrated in there, but you're actually on the other side and you're a spy. That would be.
It's not Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like it's
No, it's a decent game.
Like there was millions and millions of Nazis. They weren't all
Okay.
evil fucking
Exactly.
geniuses. They
Yeah,
were normal
so you can
people.
help.
They thought what they were doing was right. There's definitely a story to be told. It's just
Also,
that
it's
There's a really awesome Monty Python sketch where the Nazis actually are we the bad guys?
I want a moment like that, like
Yeah.
two Nazis speaking in German, just like, hey, these colors are really black and red, right? That's a strange color, right?
That's
It's a very
Wolfenstein.
evil looking. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if you,
Yeah.
or if like there's a big turn, you play as a Nazi, and then suddenly halfway through you join the other side, or you get captured, become a prisoner of war, and then help them out. I don't know. Make it interesting. Just Call of Duty stories never interest me.
Like, yeah, this one did nothing new for like they and like you can say, yeah, they're trying to be grounded in reality, but my fucking guy is a superhero. All right, I avoid death so much, and I'm like, no way anyone would survive these altercations that this guy's going through. Like at one point, you like jump out of like a 12-story bell tower, and the bell falls on top of you, but it misses you slightly.
Didn't you
and-
like
Wolfenstein? I fucking loved
Yeah.
Wolfenstein. Yeah, but because Wolfenstein got the premise that was like, all right, let's go fucking ape shit. Let's do whatever we want. And that's what I mean, two completely different games. This is again grounded in reality, which I guess I appreciate, but I've had enough of this. This has to be the last World War II thing, unless they do a Nazi zombies game where it's like a straight up just Nazi zombies as like the campaign. That would be pretty cool. Just go bullshit with the story. Just go crazy. It'd be funny.
I wonder what the next one's going to be.
It's probably going to be, what's it called? It's probably going to be Nazi
Farming
zombies,
simulator.
or like a zombie thing.
War of the Roses.
Farming sim-
100-Year War. Go back really, really far. What? Why
Primal. Give me Call of Duty Primal.
They should go in. Yeah, what about Call of Duty going to like mix with other franchises, like film franchises? Are you on Tinder, Andre?
What are you talking about, you fucking loser? No.
What's that?
Bumble.
Yes.
Humble Bumble. Got Civ 6. All right, so yeah, that's Call of Duty, top game that came out just 3 months, 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
just to stick with the Call of Duty stuff. Do we know like figures? Have we seen like detailed figures in terms of how World War II was sold compared to like previous years? Because I'd be really
Must
interested in
have sold
seeing,
more.
I think it sold more than
More
Infinite
than-
Warfare.
They can't still be going upwards. They're not selling more and more each year still. Surely.
Yeah.
No, but I think it must have got down after Ghost and up again
Yeah.
now. Wasn't
God,
that
Ghost was a fucking train wreck of a game. I loved it though. I actually really enjoyed Ghost for like the
You
set
fucking
pieces.
dog.
Well,
God, like they, so dumb.
do you want me to make
That
you?
was
Do you want
like
me
the
to tell
first
you?
current gen Go,
do you-
wasn't it? Go.
Do you want me to tell you
but it was
something
also
that?
like hampered by the old gen.
Mm.
Do you want to know what games were the top games in the US last year?
Stardew Valley.
For the whole of the year.
FIFA?
Yeah, the two top selling games of 2017 in North America, so including Canada as well. They don't get out of this.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
Oh,
World
yeah.
War II and another top game.
Madden.
Battlefield 1?
Destiny 2.
No!
Yeah.
Also,
Fuck
the
America.
latest Call of Duty has surpassed $1 billion in sales. So yeah, they're not stopping
they're in
anytime
co-
soon.
Like as much as good as that is for them, number 1 and 2, like they're in a bit of a spot now because like what do they do this year with Call of Duty? Because it doesn't feel like do we really want another fucking World War II game?
I think they should.
I already play Call of Duty and I'd be bored of that. And
Yeah.
obviously Destiny is just, as far as I can tell, just completely fucking stalled. Nobody's talking about that anymore. So it'd be really
You know,
interesting to see
you know
what they
be-
do this year to stay relevant.
it'd be
Can't
really
they
cool.
just wait 3 years and then make a good one?
No, because it's like 3 people making them at once, so like they
Yeah.
all like are trying to rush them out. But what's it called? What would be crazy is if they just go full-fledged sci-fi. You're fighting aliens.
Yeah.
You're meeting new races. Like just go crazy with
That's
it.
what I think. I think they
that'll be
should
such a
take
big jump.
franchises. They should have like maybe I know they can't because Fox is doing it, but like it would be awesome if they actually took like the Aliens franchise, or well, not took it, but they worked with other franchises because people will want this Call of Duty number. Like the names is selling so much, but you know, like film franchises or something working with them. I think they could do a really big thing.
I
if
would
they
play the fuck out of Call of Duty Aliens.
worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the record, that will be the first Call of Duty game I will play. And give me a 5-hour cinematic experience like a Call of Duty game, but set her in the Aliens universe.
Mm.
Holy shit!
And just imagine how beneficial it'd be for both of them as well.
And you'd have the multiplayer stuff as well, where they could have kind of like the Alien versus Predator multiplayer stuff. Oh god, I didn't know I wanted that until he said it. Jesus Christ!
I want to try Prey. I had never tried
Yeah,
Prey.
I still think you'd really like Prey. And I want to watch you play Prey because there's so many twists in that. It's awesome. Was that wasn't our top
Good
10?
game.
It's top 15 or something.
Dishonored in space.
Yes.
Is Dishonored as like twisty and interesting as Prey, or is it mainly the combat?
It's probably the storytelling's probably a little bit more subtle. It's not a
Mhm.
big sci-fi extravaganza. It's quite set in a fancy world, but it's quite gritty.
Yeah.
It's more about like political intrigue and stuff like that, but there is a bit of mysticism to it. I fucking love Dishonored so much. You should totally play that.
I've got both of them on PS4. I need to play them. Also, there's a Steam
Dishonored?
sale. Yeah, there's a Steam sale in just over 2 weeks. So if anybody's wanting to buy any games, it's November.
I think I've run out of games on Steam to buy. Like there's never a game in the sale that I actually want.
February 15th is the sale.
Have you played Factorio, Jordan?
I bought it once and then refunded it because I was like, oh god, what have I done? What is this? Don't know what I'm doing. I reckon I'd like it if I could get over the hump. I'd probably love it.
Yeah, and you have to get a little bit into it. You have to read a little bit of how to do it.
I didn't realize it would be the whole crafting deal. I thought it was going to be more just around resource management and just kind of a bit of an RTS game building a factory. But it starts you off with one guy and I had to like fucking mine shit, and I was like, oh god, I didn't know it was going to be one of these, so I refunded it.
Yeah, it's really annoying because whenever you proceed in the game, you have to do 10 times what you already did.
Oh no!
It's on those buildings.
Isn't it just like an open level where you could like a skirmish mode? You can just go in.
Yeah,
that's what I played.
But it's still a lot of things you have to do.
Shall I talk about the games that I played this week?
Go on. There's one game I think that most of us can talk about.
Yeah, well, both of them. A lot of us are gonna. I'll just go through both of them because I think we'll all be able to say things about both. So the first one is the Sea of Thieves beta, which Ben, I know you played. Malum, I don't know if you got a key in the end to play it.
Playing it right now.
Amazing. Okay. So my reaction and what seems like the internet's reaction to this game is pretty fucking negative. It's not what I was hoping it was going to be, at least in the beta form. I think the ship combat's really good and sailing the ship is amazing, and having like 3 other people, one of them in the crow's nest, one of them actually sailing the ship, one of them on defense and whatever else, that all feels amazing. And when you're fighting another ship, that works really well. Where it fell off for me was as soon as I got onto land. It feels like there's a disconnect to the world. Kind of reminds me of No Man's Sky. The melee combat feels really, really clanky to me. And the world felt a little bit empty as well, which was a shame for a Rare game.
It'd be interesting what they
do
do
you
with
guys
the
think?
final. I started off like that, and then I played it co-op with Melon for a few hours, and I'm loving it. I really like it. I get what you mean about the combat. I'm not a big fan of that, except the sea combat, which I think is really good. But yeah, the melee combat, not a big fan of. But I'm getting like a No Man's Sky, but a positive No Man's Sky experience where it's just exploring. You're going around. You can go wherever you want, and also without upsetting Andre too much, I'm getting a bit of a PUBG feeling. Where you're kind of forging your own story. You could be going over to here, but then you see a ship over there. You're like, oh, let's just go and try and kill those guys. And oh wait, shit, there's 5 of them, or there's 4 of them on that ship. Let's quickly turn around, and then you've got the storm starts coming down, and then it turns to night, and you can see lights in the distance. And Melum and I were doing a 2-man co-op ship, and it was so much fun. At one point, he was steering, and I was manning the sails, and every now and again I'd go up to the crow's nest, look out, and be like, oh wait, there's a guy over there. Let's head out. It'll be interesting what they do, I think, with the final game in terms of how big the world is and how many quests there are and what you can do on the various islands. I think that could add some longevity to it. But for what Melum and I were playing, just wandering around and like exploring, we just had a really good time.
But
Did you find anything
Jordan
in the
is
world
right,
that was-
they need more content.
Yeah, like I don't know what the. I would assume
of course,
this is pretty
it's a
representative
beta.
of what the
We
game's
don't-
going to be.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, they said, didn't they say
I
that?
assume so, because why? This is essentially a demo, isn't it? They're not really using. They've been in alpha for months, so they're not really using this to stress test or anything. This is. I would assume this is their stab at building up a bit of buzz for this game. I think they worked against themselves, and I think everything you've just said is right. There's definitely some emergent fun to be had, and there's some kind of charm to the game. even though the world feels a bit empty. But this is supposed to be a 50 quid AAA Microsoft first party exclusive for the console, and it feels like something that's popped up on Steam Early Access and has become a hit.
But
It shouldn't feel that way. That's a bad place for this game to be, because I think it will actively work against the Xbox brand.
Have they
Oh
said
my
anything
God.
about being a single player story? Or a main story or anything?
That would be interesting if there was. Is it just like a grind
I don't get
fest? Where you have to kind of just grind to
I
get
don't think
better...
there's going to be any kind of single player stuff. Just doesn't feel like that kind of game. I get what they're going for. They just need to fucking put something in that world. Like
Yeah, but yeah.
I went to so many islands, found
Sid
nothing.
Meier's
There was just
Pirates.
nothing there.
Have you guys played that?
Bananas.
Sid Meier's?
No.
Because it's a similar game, just made poorly.
Did you go get the treasure?
And they had a story in that one, and it's.
Did you not get the treasure maps, Jordan? I can do those quests because you can level up.
Got one of the treasure map. Like, is there anything else other than picking up a treasure map, going to get a treasure chest, taking the treasure chest to sell it? Is there any other? Have I missed something? Is that the core loop?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Okay.
With the PvP.
Did you see any
like
big sea monsters other than sharks? Did you see any like krakens or anything like that?
No,
but
but
in the artwork, but then it never seemed to happen.
Maybe they're saving that for the main game. I don't get the. I read that this was going to be kind of not a linear experience, but they said that this was a very well crafted taste of the game. It's not like the open world, just endless.
If this is the well crafted one, I worry about the open piece, because this is, like I said, it was just directionless. I never found anything that I thought was interesting. It was just loads of barrels full of bananas.
For me, it was it was an adventure. The thing I love the most is how you navigate through the game. It never tells you how to do it, and you have to find out everything. And me and Ben, we were
getting drunk,
Melon.
Mellon.
Jobs and doing and nothing. It never told us to do that.
No, and you were steering, and I was running around, telling you like where to go, and like looking at the map and saying, okay, we need to go over there. And...
Yeah, that's definitely the strength of the game. Is the co-op, especially with kind of voice communication going on and physically kind of moving that ship around. But there needs to be places for you to take that ship, and things happen, and maybe they'll happen in the full game, and obviously they can build on it. I'm just disappointed, considering this is supposed to be their big kind of exclusive at this part of the year, and it just feels really underwhelming to me.
In other pirate games, it's usually you get your own ship and you have to progress that ship.
It's almost
that gives you something to do. You have to get a better ship and you have to upgrade it all the time.
Yeah,
it's almost like
it doesn't seem like
is
this.
a bad business. Can I just say it to everyone listening?
Hey, Manny.
Me and my brother have been having this argument for it's been like so long. It's such a weird argument because I consider myself more of an artist than I do a businessman, and my brother considers himself more of a douchebag than anything else. So we've just been arguing over the text thread. So every time I say business, I'm gonna say it like my brother probably does. I'm gonna say it like business. I'm gonna say it like that, all right?
Business.
So Microsoft is doing bad business because like if Sea of Thieves doesn't land like it should, and it's an open world pirate game with online functionality all over the place. It looks awesome. Like man, I'm so mad that I own an Xbox right now. I'm in like deep shit because I have nothing. If a game comes out on Xbox and Switch, I want it on Switch, or on PC. I don't even have a fucking PC. But there's no games that have only come out for the Xbox that warrant the purchase in the first place. I'm an Xbox fanboy. Day one, like from the beginning, from the original Xbox. I've owned every single Xbox system up until now. And now I regret being part of that family. Ever. Worse.
Xbox regret. What the Game Pass thing's awesome though. The fact that you can play Sea of Thieves.
That's pretty great. I love that. I don't know how that's going to make them money. No. I mean, I guess people are just going to forget that they're paying for it over time, which I guess
I've been paying for it for 3 months now without knowing.
See, that's how they make their money.
No, I haven't bought an Xbox game, like an Xbox exclusive game, for a year, but I would buy this. So, I'd be giving them more money than I am now. And there'd be
Yeah.
like
It's
loads of
mental.
random games. There'd be loads of like random games. I'd be like, I know what, I'll just fancy playing Conker's Bad Fur Day or some
You
random
should. It's a great game.
old ass game and just chilling with it. I kind of wish my Xbox had. Well, actually, you can buy external hard drives with the Xbox, can't you? You can just couple it up. So I might try that because it's full at the moment. But yeah, the Xbox at the moment, I've only ever played.
Fucking delete some stuff.
Melon. Well, I've only got like 4 games on it. Red Dead Redemption, Forza 6, Forza Horizon 3, and Halo.
Forza's like
Delete
fucking
Forza
60
6.
gigs.
Yeah.
You're never gonna play Forza 6 ever again.
Actually, one thing we didn't mention it in. I didn't put it on the games.
All the pixels.
We didn't play on the. I didn't put it on the documents for the stream. But Melum and I last night were playing Halo original Master Chief Collection.
Halo.
Fucking great game.
Oh
Once you
no!
guys get to Halo 3, let me know.
Okay, because Halo 1 level 6
Halo
we played.
1 is balls.
It's the most boring ass game. It was just the same level. It was copy and
fuck
paste
you,
again
Ben.
and again and
Man,
again.
you guys are dumb. Are you guys playing on
That
you,
is
you playing on
copy-paste
easy?
the game.
It was
It
just.
is.
It was like you go to this identical part of the level and then you go through a door and then it's exactly the same.
Okay, wait. The
The
first
same
level takes place in a spaceship. The second one,
No, we
you
talk-
crash land
Just talk about level
onto a
6 here.
planet. Then you go inside the planet. You're underneath it. I have no idea how you. And then you're in
Just
a
ignore
snow
him.
level. Yeah.
This
I-
level
you know what?
6.
No. Stop.
fucking class.
Stop. It was the 6th map we were on.
Yeah.
And we had to go.
Fucking halfway through the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
And we had to go through a fucking building, and the building was go through this corridor, go left, go straight,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
to get to the elevator. And we
Yeah.
had to do that 8 times.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
actually
I remember that.
no, we did have Halo fans in the
so
chat.
boring.
Zach from previous, I think, and also a few people who were fans of Halo going, yeah, this level's really long. Don't worry, it's boring.
What year did Halo come out?
Oh.
2005.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I said I can imagine it was amazing at the time. Just right now, it's really
After
boring.
Half-Life, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely after Half-Life.
Yeah,
Anyway, whenever it
so-
came out,
so
I-
no excuse.
I'll
then.
challenge you to show me a first-person shooter game from the same year that came out that is still worth playing now, because there aren't any.
Mhm.
Halo's
2001.
fucking- yeah, Halo's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
I'm saying it was
Half-Life.
good. I just think that level was boring. It was really just repetitive.
Are you playing it on like the new graphics or the old ones? What are you doing?
New ones, but I keep
new-
switching just every now and again to see.
Yeah, man, I love that feature. That feature is so fucking cool. Ah,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
but yeah, once you guys get to the Halo that you can play 4-player, let me know because then I'll jump in.
Yeah, I'll play.
We can now, can't we?
No, right?
Not in the
Halo
first
1
one.
and 2 are only 2-player.
Okay. Apparently, Halo 3 is the best one as well.
I fucking love Halo 3. Halo 3 has some of the coolest missions in Halo history. It's fucking brilliant.
Awesome.
It's bloody brilliant.
It was
So-
only that mission that was boring, by the way.
Yeah. The rest of the stuff has been fine. There's one where you have to climb. There's one with tanks where you have to climb up to the top of this. You're outside in an open area and you have to get to the top of this kind of pyramid-looking type of thing. It was. I mean, that was.
Yeah.
No, just that level. It went on for about an hour, and because we were like, let's do a quick level. Because, I mean, we had so many problems with servers. Monster Hunter servers were down. Sea of Thieves servers were down. Fortnite servers were down. It was just we're like, let's just play Halo. At least it doesn't matter if those. Well, it did, but you were lagging a bit, weren't you, Melon? But anyway,
Yeah, I
we
was
soldiered
lagging
through
as
it.
shit.
We were like, let's just do one level, and after about an hour, we're like, I think we've been to this area before, and then went to another door. Oh yeah, it's that area again.
2 hours left later. Oh, we're done.
We're done.
I think the direction of this conversation is illustrating how poor Sea of Thieves is, because we've started talking about Halo 1. instead of talking
No, I
beta.
like.
We've
I'm
played
looking.
the new Microsoft exclusive, so that should tell you everything that you need to know about that game.
I'm looking forward
Valve's
to.
Jordan, you have to play with us, so
Yeah.
we can do the big ships.
And game with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You
I think
can
the
be
four of us.
be the master.
The fact
I
that
am the captain now.
the thing is, the
Yeah.
fact that we all have Xboxes or PCs that are capable of running it, we can all actually do a 4-man ship. We should do that a click play ship, and
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
I'm down.
If it wasn't for that subscription, I wouldn't be buying this game based on the beta.
No.
But it is, I would say, for $7.99, yes, it's
Mm.
worth $7.99. It's not
If
worth
I'm
£50.
if I'm gonna pre-order it now, it cost me $83,
Oh my god, that's
What?
fucking disgusting.
and that's the only way. That's the only way I can pre-order it.
Just
Just
why?
like-
I can't get it through Amazon.
I almost feel like the announcement around the Game Pass is them climbing down from this game to say, oh,
Don't worry.
We know we told you this was going to be a full AAA game, but actually we forgot to make one. So don't worry, you can have it for $7.99. But then forget to cancel your subscription because we're going to need that money.
If I pre-order it now, it's going to cost... I have to go on 70 euros. 70
Why?
euros.
Why?
After we talk about the next game, I'm gonna come with a little comment.
Okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
So Sea of Thieves is poor. The other game that I've been playing is Monster Hunter World.
Oh, yeah.
And that is not a game that's empty, and that is a game that justifies its asking price. It is probably, outside of MMOs, it's probably it's definitely the most mechanically dense game I've ever played in my life. I'm like 8 hours into it, and it's still just throwing tutorials at me, just telling me stuff. I don't really understand what it's telling me a lot of the time, but the game never really punishes you for that. You can just, I think it's one of those games where it's just a case of, look, yeah, there is a lot of depth. There's a lot of stuff you can master, and that'll be rewarding, but actually you can still just jump in and have a good time and learn organically through that. I'm really enjoying it so far. The whole, like, building armor, customizing my little fucking cat thing, building my own armor. Literally just before I came on the podcast, I just kind of fully upgraded my armor and my cat's armor for the first time. And I think she looks really cool now, as in my character. My cat looks really cool as well. He's got like a gun on his back.
What hunter rank are you?
Say again.
What hunter rank are you? Just to work out where you
no
are.
idea.
Are you?
Is that your main level?
There's no level, but there's like a level for the map you're on, I guess. Or
yeah, I think
story.
hunter rank just increases as you
3 or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
I
played.
spent most of it just wandering around, not knowing what to do, but still quite enjoying it. And the stuff I enjoy the most is when you just go out into the world and just explore. But the mission's really cool as well. It reminds me of MGS5, where it kind of repurposes the same map again and again and again, but changes the time of day or the weather mechanics and also the things populating that map, and you just approach it in a totally different way.
Sometimes
really
they actually change the environment, like open places and stuff.
Yeah, we were fighting
during a fight. It's amazing.
You know the T-Rex looking thing? The T-Rex with wings and shoots fire.
Have you done the T-Rex, Jordan?
No, I've seen it and I just dodged it.
Good idea.
I've just done the poisonous bird type monster, quite a large thing, Pukey or something.
Pukey, yeah. Yeah, with the T-Rex, one of the missions we had to kill a T-Rex, and he destroys part of the map as you're like going through and fighting it, but like opens at certain areas. It's epic. We had a 25-minute battle where I think halfway.
I watched that on YouTube. It was good. Good content.
Oh, great. Thanks, John.
I kind of wish, and it doesn't really matter because it seems to give you enough time, but I kind of wish there wasn't timers on the missions. I'd rather just really take my time with it. I find it quite a chill game in a weird way, but the timer is always going to stress
I don't understand why there's a timer.
I never noticed the timer at all. But I have to say, because there is no health bar and stuff in this game, right? So the thing is, you have to get the monster weakened enough so he can go to the next place.
Yeah.
And so on. That's how you beat it. And the reason there is a timer is because if you're too bad at the game, you won't be able to weaken it enough to go to the next part. So it will. So the monster won't go to the next part of the fight.
I assume the monster does have an overall health bar though. No. I know you don't see it, but I would guess it. I know it kind of moves through the environment, but I would assume that's just to mix things up a little bit.
It's actually going up again all the time, because if you're not doing things fast enough, if you don't do the damage in enough bursts, it's just gonna heal up again.
Yeah, so a lot of them will go back to their lair.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they recoup, which is really fucking cool. And then sometimes like their kids are there and you get to kill their kids, which feels a bit weird.
So the thing is, if there wasn't a timer, if you couldn't do it in 50 minutes, you could never do it at all.
Yeah, fine.
So it's just, so then you have to quit. So it's just letting you not waste time.
I'd say that's a blunt instrument for making people like. I think people would work out in an hour that they can't do it, and the timers seem pretty generous. I'm assuming they'll get smaller over time as you get better, and that's not a problem. And the fact that you've got the open world stuff, it doesn't really matter anyway. But for me, I would just get rid of that stuff. But I'm assuming like such a dense game. I'm sure there's Monster Hunter diehards who are screaming saying actually that's integral to the game for some reason. But just for me, there's so much to explore, and like they're putting you into missions where there's just dozens of mechanics that I don't really understand yet. And for me, it's more fun to kind of gradually explore those rather than thinking, shit, I've got 50 minutes. Even though that's I had a mission earlier where it was 50 minutes long, and I just fucked around for 20 minutes because I couldn't find the thing, and I was just like collecting items and stuff. And I was like, shit, I need to actually go and do this. And I did it in loads of time anyway. It doesn't matter too much. I just think I can't understand the reasoning for it yet.
No, there's a lot of that stuff in the game I don't understand.
A little bit of pressure, which I get.
I love everything about the game that you've mentioned and all that, but Mel and I've tried the co-op, and I've never had such a complicated and convoluted way of trying to co-op a game ever. It just seems the perfect game to co-op, and they've totally screwed up absolutely with this. It's dire.
It feels like, because I haven't played any multiplayer yet, other than I did play multiplayer in the beta, and it was a pain in the ass. Then you needed like a really protracted code. But I'm assuming it's the same.
No, you can. You don't have to. You don't need the code. You can actually invite somebody in to your lobby area. But if somebody's not on your friends list,
via your PSN friends list, or via some weird.
Yeah, just by PSN friends, and then they join the lobby. But the problem is that the area where you go and get your quest and you armor up and everything like that is nothing like Destiny. You know, you have your own instanced version, so you can't see them except for one specific area where have you been to the arena yet?
Yeah.
Like the place where you go and register for that, you can see.
You can have like 16 people there.
Yeah, that's and also you can make guilds or some kind of stuff like that, which can help for that. But yeah, we did that. So they've got to be in your instance. Then you have to, but not in your instance. Then no, they have to be in your lobby or whatever it's called, online session, I think it is. Then you go and post a quest, and you don't launch that quest until somebody else has joined you. So you get your friend to say, okay, right, you join me when I've posted this quest, and then you can go off. Which, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but when you do the assigned quests, which are the main ones, you can only do it single player until you see the first cutscene. So once you've found the monster, then as soon as you see the cutscene of that monster, it says SOS flare available, so you can use that and your friend can come in. Or you both have to back out and then go back in again. Even though you back out of the quest, you don't even finish it or even attack the monster. If you want to play that, you have to have both seen that cutscene before you can go into it again co-op, which just seems ridiculous. And I'm looking at the Monster Hunter subreddit where you've never seen so much circle jerking, but every single person is saying this is no, just either make the single player modes, the single player camp story missions. Okay, just make them single player. You know, the main quests. Sorry, make them single player. So people don't, you can't invite someone, or just at least let people go in. Like in Destiny, if you're playing games co-op in Destiny, it shouldn't be a problem of rendering two people into the cutscenes, because in Destiny you just see your own character. So why can't they do that? It just seems so ridiculous and ill thought. But then it's a Japanese game, Nintendo.
So
they never seem to do well with online modes over there.
It is weird because clearly the whole it's so weird when you start the game up for not the first time, but the second time. So the first time you just kind of go through all, it gives you a bit of a cinematic and you get into the game and it starts introducing stuff. But then when I turned the console off for the first time, I kind of started reloaded my game. It makes you start an online instance. I don't know if you've noticed that. You either need to join an instance or you create your own instance, which for me is pretty much a single. I was going back and forth the menu trying to work out what I'd done wrong, because I don't necessarily want to start an online instance, but I kind of get it. You basically just need to start your own with nobody in it, so that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
This whole game seems to be very much geared towards online co-op, so for me it's really surprising that they seem to have set it up in such a way which is kind of frustrating for people.
Seems perfect co-op. And when we've had co-op, when we've managed to get into the optionals and the other stuff, I can't remember what they're called. You can just go in. You don't, because there's no cutscene. You can just go and do them yourselves with your friends. But yeah, it's just the main story quests. Okay, we get it. You want it to be spoilers and that, but Diablo, Destiny, every other game manages it. And especially this game's perfect co-op.
Unless the story really improves like midway or something, it's like this
No.
kind of game. I don't think is about the story. It's all kind of it's all just really throwaway stuff. Everyone's
I don't
super
give a
happy
shit about the
despite
story.
their weird fucking circumstance of living on a fucked up island, loads of fucked up dinosaurs. They're all riveted about it. So I don't really care about the story. You're right.
There's some pretty awesome. There's some pretty awesome. It's not even cutscenes necessarily, but some really awesome missions coming up, especially once you've killed the T-Rex. But like, I don't understand. It's not like a spoiler because they talk about what they're going to be doing for like 10 missions. Like, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to go and do this. We're going to do this, and then it happens, and it's like, wow, that's really impressive. But yeah, you have been talking about it, so it's not been a surprise. It's I'm waiting.
Maybe with the multiplayer stuff, it levels out a little bit towards the mid or end game when there's less like cutscenes and things like that, and you're doing. I'm guessing you're just really in the mix and you're doing missions. Yeah,
everybody says that's like the main. They've said that Monster Hunter in the past has mainly been single player campaign, but like when you're grinding and stuff, that's when it's all about multiplayer, and I don't think there's going to be a problem. It's just a little gripe in a game that I'm really enjoying at the moment.
And just anecdotally, like when I did that hunt for the Pukey thing, I was online at that point, and when I went to start the mission, it asked how many players did I want to take in.
Yeah.
So I went for 4, and then I let it match make for like 10 minutes, and nobody joined. So I'm not sure. I left like the room was open and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure.
I think you
have to join a hub with a lot of players.
Yeah.
Maybe nobody likes you.
maybe you started a private hub. You might have started a private hub and then been like, why isn't anyone joining? But you can use an SOS flare.
Definitely not my fault.
No,
it's definitely the game's fault if that is the case.
John, try
join it on my own.
Yeah, no, try an SOS flare because if you've got space for 3 more, if you we were doing the T-Rex monster and we're like, okay, this is gonna be a while, and we send an SOS flare, and 2 Japanese guys came. Obviously, we won. Yeah, Mellum and I were discussing whether this is racist or not, saying that Japanese people are good at Monster Hunter.
That's very racist.
You name checked me a lot in that conversation. I noticed.
We were deciding whether or not it was.
I'm like shorthand. I'm a shorthand for a racist.
No. But we can ask you because we trust your.
It's just for the way you look, Jordan.
I see.
You're the opposite of Andre.
Ironic. There we go.
Baltimore says it's racist. Okay.
Wow. So yeah, Monster Hunter, love it. I think it's gonna. I kind of set aside this weekend a little bit for it, and I barely feel like I've scratched the surface of the thing. Like I said, I just find myself kind of walking around like your main hub area has just got so much going on. So many fucking cats everywhere, and I'm not sure what they're supposed to be doing.
That buff cat,
like
the cooking cat. Thing. Jesus.
I knew the eating thing was a big part of this game, and I thought, oh god, I'm not gonna like that because I hate buffs. I hate like when you got like this is gonna increase your attack for like 3 minutes. I hate all that shit. I'd rather not have it.
Yes,
it seemed from reading the tutorial.
I'll
give you a passive. You carry on. So from reading about how the cooking stuff works. It seems like instead of it being timer, it'll be for your next mission, the duration of that next mission until you faint or something like that. So that kind of seems a bit better to me.
You can
I love the crafting stuff when you go into that forge and tell them what to craft, and like it's a little thing that I've noticed, but like when you're in that screen and you're talking to the guy that crafts material, crafts like armor and upgrades weapons, all that kind of stuff. If you look at in front of him, he's kind of got a conveyor belt, and on there are physical weapons and armor that he's made, and they're physically there, and there's physics attached to them, and they'll go around the conveyor belt and start piling up on each other if they're caught at a weird angle and fall off the conveyor and stuff like that, which is a really weird little thing I noticed, but I just like that kind of attention to detail.
You know what? This game is it's total rip-off of Dauntless. I mean, but I'm just loving farming animal because if you got to a point where you started like discovering all the other types of, I didn't even realize because when I started the game, I went to the armory. I was like, okay, there's 3 different types of armor. I've got the DLC one that came with the pre-order, and then there's like leather.
You can't fucking sell that shit, which kills me.
But then you look
what
then.
Can't you sell?
The DLC stuff.
Fuck your DLC if you can't sell it.
But I went then looked like about a few missions later.
Why wouldn't I sell it?
For money.
Monies.
But then I went to the.
I only keep the armor and the weapons that I'm actually going to use. I'm not going to keep everything that I've ever.
I went a few missions
Oh.
later to look at all the other armor I could get, and it was just like packed. There's about 15 different things, including something at the bottom which was green, and I'm not sure why it was green, but I couldn't select it. But yeah, then we started farming the giant eel monster. Have you seen the eel monster yet? It's like an eel with legs,
No.
like a long sausage dog. But yeah, we it's in the swampy area. I'm sure you'll come across it if you wandered. But yeah, I started like farming
Have you seen
them.
the pig with a jumper on?
Yeah, that knocks you over.
With the moss back.
All about that.
Yeah, knocks you over.
Yep.
Alex says, Ben, Dauntless is a copy of Monster. I know, Alex. I was looking to
no.
trigger. Dauntless will be a fun game. Dauntless seems to be the Fortnite of Monster Hunter, whereas Monster Hunter is the PUBG. Dauntless is the Fortnite.
Oh no.
I have one thing I don't like about the game, and that's the way I don't like the combat. It's too slow. It's too. I press the button, and 2 hours later it hits.
What weapon are you rolling with?
I know I used the bow and arrow because that's the only one that is on point.
What did you roll with? Was it a great sword?
Also, yeah, that's as well. But
Yeah, so it's
I
lowest
don't.
weapon.
Yeah, I understand that it takes a while to swing, but I press and the animation starts 2 hours later.
So I'm using I've got like two like daggers, and it's really fast combat. I like it.
Oh, the
Yeah,
double
it's
blades.
fast, but it's also I don't know. If you played Dauntless, you would know how good the combat is.
Yeah, I guess I'll just never know.
Yeah.
Give it a go. It's great. Yeah, Paddy says use the dual blades. You did use the dual blades, didn't you, Melon, for a bit? Were they fast?
I loved it. It's great.
I'm going with a massive
But,
hammer.
but it still
Obviously.
is when you still.
Have you played the massive hammer yet, Jordan? Everyone says that that's like one that you have to kind of get used to, and it's for pros or something. I find that the easiest. Although I don't get why I need to sharpen a hammer. It keeps my hammer gets blunt, and then I have to sharpen it.
I thought that was the point of a hammer, to be blunt.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Have you done the cooking mini game yet? Like out in the wild where you can get the spit going and cook.
Oh yeah, I can never get that right.
I love that.
But it's like, rare meat. Oh, it's only rare. It's like, well, that's the best type of meat. And then if you get it well done, it's like, way, well done. You got a well done steak. Like, no, don't want a well done steak. Finn says Melon runs great support though. It'd be boring solo, so I understand where he's coming from. Yeah, we're playing pretty much the entire game now duo, and it's really good fun. A great co-op game. I just wish they made it easier.
But I think when the hype lays down, I think a lot of people are not gonna like this game because not that it's not a good game, but it's a niche game. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's too mainstream right now. So many people that are not into this kind of games like it. So it's gonna get a lot of hate soon.
It's not going to make
that's
many.
always funny though. Like when people buy games that clearly they shouldn't be buying. That's always funny to see the reaction.
I bet this game misses out on loads of top 10 hit lists at the end.
Oh, for sure. That's one of the reasons I'm afraid to get into it, because like it doesn't seem like my type of game, but like it looks fucking awesome. Like it looks like Dark Souls style combat, only like not, but like heavy. Just I don't know. Like I just like the look of it. I'm probably gonna buy it like a little later once it like goes on sale or something. But because right now I'm playing way too many other games. But yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into that. And I'm gonna need your guys' help because it looks fucking systems heavy as shit. I'm not a huge fan of a bunch of systems. And
just jump in.
Yeah.
Like I think you can pretty much ignore a lot of the tutorials and just have a bit of fun with it, and then mileage will vary, I guess, as to when you'll want to drop off. But so far, I'm fucking. It's just that it's the very kind of exactly what I want from a big AAA release. And it feels like it's been a while since I've had a really fucking dense, complicated RPG like this. I like the fact that the story. I've no idea really what's happening in the story. I skip most of the cutscenes, but it's just a really cool game that I can imagine coming back to as well. It's the one that you can just drop in and out. You can farm a bit. Okay, I want this set of armor, so I'm just going to farm this animal over and over again, and I could call in help if I needed. And it's just, it's pretty. It's a fun game. You'll probably relate to this. Weirdly, it's giving me Final Fantasy 14 vibes.
Yeah, I said that quite a few times in it. The art style.
I feel like if we looked up the composers, I feel like it must be the same composer or something, because like when you're in the home hub, there's a piece of music that plays, and it took me like a day, and I was thinking, what is that reminding me of? And it's reminding me of a piece of music from Final Fantasy 14, which is clearly crafted to keep everybody happy and playing the game for 500 hours.
It's Nobe. His name is something like Nobe Itsumama. Is the
Racist.
do you know the
Just
artist?
assume that.
It's a different artist, I think.
Nobby boy.
But
No, but it's Japanese, so I guess there's just the same person.
yeah, he does the same stuff.
no.
But have you noticed that I'm pretty sure that one of the guys on that massive ship, like the hub ship, is the same guy that is the prison warden in
the voice
in
actor.
Persona. Yeah, he talks like this. He's amazing.
You know the guy that kind of is your mentor. I'm assuming that's a big voice actor because I feel like that guy is in every game. Is it?
I
Which
hate
one?
the cheesy part of the game. I'm not a fan of. I understand it and
I love that.
it's funny, but it gets me sometimes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a Japanese problem.
Yeah.
So we enjoying Monster Hunter though generally?
Yes.
Which
I'm,
you
Yes, I am.
I'm partly there, but that's the comment I wanted to make. I've been having more fun with Sea of Thieves than Monster Hunter.
Jesus Christ.
Paddy's in
I
love,
can
by the way. He's Paddy, who's on the podcast last week, and hopefully he'll come on again soon. Well, he's a massive fan of Monster Hunter. He's loving it right now. I know loads of people that are super into it, which I get it indeed. So, Jordan, played anything else?
Melum, do you see? Do you agree with? So, like when I talk about Sea of Thieves, do you because maybe you've seen things in the game.
Totally.
Okay. Do you think it's going to be a positive or a negative for Microsoft this game?
Negative.
Okay. Yeah, but at least we like I've had fun playing it too. I was playing Rob came over yesterday and we kind of he had a go with it and like we had a lot of fun just fucking around in that game and when we first got into it there was a guy who was using voice chat and I've seen it a couple of times, you just find like really overly serious people.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going to be really serious about that game,
fun.
surely you need to find 3 other people to be in your party and just play it seriously. But like I would warp in there, we'd shoot off a cannon and he was like, excuse me, could you please stop wasting the cannonballs? Oh, this team is so retarded. And like to the point where I had to go and grab a headset to put it on just to like be horrible to him.
I'm either playing single player or I'm playing with Melum or other people. I'm not playing that game with random people. I started it with the 3 randomers, and we kind of did a bit, but no, I had no idea really what was going on. Have you met some others? Have you killed any other people?
The sea mechanics are really good. Like when you're in a ship and kind of seeing the what would you call it? Like the unevenness of the sea. You don't see that done very well in games normally. Typically the sea is very flat, even in something like Assassin's Creed 4. The sea wasn't done all that well. Even if the overall sailing stuff was decent. In this game,
It's
like
spot on.
yeah, it's really, really good. And if at certain times of day, certain like lighting conditions, the game can look really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I love the art style.
The rest of the game just doesn't live up to it.
There's no end content, and I agree with everything you said about it. And I'm the only thing we're not agreeing on is I hope there's a lot of more to it after the beta.
Yeah, me too. Like I
seems...
just doubt it because when you're this close to release, you've seen it since basically Destiny 1 had their beta. Companies see this kind of cycle as being it's more of a demo than a beta. Like this was meant to get people. This is this is what people that have pre-ordered the game. This is supposed to be for trying to get buzz going on. And I definitely think there's less buzz for this game now than there was a week ago.
Have you noticed in the towns though there are quite a few shops and like places that are empty, which looks like there would be somebody there. So I'm hoping that's other
it's
like
just the same shops.
stuff.
So as far as I can tell, you've got either an island which is hostile, so there'll be skeletons spawning, or you've got an island which is completely the social space with all the shops, and there doesn't seem to be anything in between that, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. Who knows? We lost you.
Okay. Well, did you find any enemies other than skeletons?
No.
No, I think there's on the.
Isn't there supposed to be like a kraken?
I've seen it in the artwork, and it's got to be there. And I think that'll be really cool. Like that could make it a $50 game for me if they do that right.
Bring in Predator like in Wildlands.
Yes, that's the answer.
Random events. Okay. Jordan, you played anything else?
No, those two this week, and to be honest, I can't see me play much other than Monster Hunter for a while. I am interested in this Celeste game, so if one of you could give me the sales pitch on that one.
Yeah. I'll let Andre. I mean, I'll just say that this game is not my type of game whatsoever, and I'm loving it. But I'll let Andre do it.
The second oh man, this game is up there with some of my favorite games ever. I have never the hours just disappear when I'm playing this fucking game. I had to stop last night at like 2:00 in the morning. I didn't realize what time it was because I was playing so much of it, and my fingers were like harshly cramped because how hard I'm holding that controller. This game is, first off, the music is beautiful. The art style is beautiful. The gameplay is, if Super Meat Boy had more intricacy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is such a well-made game. Like, and it just I'm 12 hours into it right now, and I'm on the 4th level, so I'm like partially halfway done. I think there's 8 levels in total. Each level has a B-side to it, which just remixes the level and makes it extraordinarily challenging. Like, this is some of the hardest platforming I've ever done. I love Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is probably on my top 10 games of all time, just because it's a game I can easily just jump back into whenever and just go through the rounds and beat it like in one sitting. This game is my new Super Meat Boy. Like, I don't think I'm going to go back to Super Meat Boy after this. It's such a like, you are a girl named Madeline, I guess her name is, whatever, and you're basically just trying to climb this mountain, and the mountain is basically just one giant town that has been abandoned, and you don't know why, and you don't even know why your character is climbing the mountain at the beginning, and you're just trying to make your way. And man, I'm like so excited to talk about this game. I'm like shaking. Your character suffers from panic attacks a lot. Like, she clearly something happened to her in her past, and it's probably why she's climbing this mountain. Kind of like that book, The Wild, or in the movie, I guess it came out. This girl is trying to like escape something in her past life, and I don't know. It just handles the topic of like coping with stress very well. It came out at a perfect time in my life where I'm battling with a lot of stress and a lot of like just anxiety, and the way it captures it, and fuck, it's so cool because the gameplay is so like infuriating. It's sometimes so goddamn challenging. You have to be so precise to do so much, but the overall story is about getting over anxiety, and these levels are making you anxious. And I just reached a point where my character had like a panic attack. Like, she was like furious about something that was happening in the game. And then you have to play a completely different mini game to get over this panic attack that she's having. And it's done so well that to get to that point, I was so anxious. And then you play the mini game where you're trying to get over your anxiety. And I slowly got over my anxiety. It's a trip. It's a beautiful game. I don't think games like this are made very often. This is how I felt about Super Meat Boy when it came out, only on a much more personal and deep level. I can't recommend it enough. If you like precision ass platforming, this is for you. And if you don't, you can just go through the main campaign and not do any of the bonus stuff, because the bonus stuff is some of the most difficult things I've ever done in a video game. It is so fucking hard, but it's so rewarding when you beat it. My God, I love this game. I hope I remember it for the game of the year this year, because it is so good, and I'm only halfway done, and I know it's only going to get better. And that's why I'm nominating it for Game of the Month for Click Click Play. That's it.
We should do that.
Yeah, we should do Game of the Month. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Sounds good. So, is it level based?
Yes. There's 8 levels, but it's kind of screen based. So like you'll pass a screen and you move on to the next one, and when you die, you just start over on that
I
screen.
love that.
Each
That's
screen
so useful.
Yeah. Oh my god! Because sometimes it takes you like an hour to get past something, and right when you just make it past that screen, you're like, "Thank God!
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was impossible."
Have you started trying to get the? I don't know if it's the same in other levels. Have you tried to get all the strawberries? Because some of those are just every time you get. I see one. I'm like, I know how to get there. I know I want to get there, and like 30 minutes later, I'm trying, and I've only finished the first level. I did the tutorial and then the first level. I think died 98 times or 97 times, and it's just
on one level on the B side of level 3. The B side is in each level. There's a cassette tape hidden, and if you get that, you unlock the B side to that level, which is just a way more challenging level of like the same variety. But what's it called? But I died 750 times in one level, and like I didn't even fucking realize it. It just ended, and I was like, "Oh, you died 750."
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot fucking believe that just happened. But like at the end of it, I was like, and it's cool because like in between, like the loading screen is always just like a positive message or something, and like one of them said like, "Hey, don't worry about your death count." Like I forget what it said. It kind of like said like again, a high death count doesn't really matter. Like as long as like you're getting through it, that's all that counts. Like hold these death counts as like a badge of honor that you made it through. And I was like, that's so fucking clever. Like the only thing I wish this game had that Super Meat Boy has is that that replay system where it shows you all the deaths you had. Like it would break the flow of this game, but I would fucking love it. I've been saving replays for almost every mission I've been doing. My God, I love this game. I think this is an incredible game. And my brother said something shitty when we were talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, it's strange how all these simple games are blah 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 so good."
Nothing simple.
What a fucking idiot! Like, that makes me so mad. This game is so much more than just a platformer. Like the story is interesting. The characters are cool.
The music is just it's one of the best music I've heard in a game in ages. Yeah, and
it does one of those things that if you like pause it, it kind of muffles it, and like it's so cool. Like it does so much with the music that makes it so good, man.
Okay, I'm pretty much sold. Like I love precision platformers. The story stuff sounds cool. If you took away all the trimming stuff, so like the thematic stuff that it's doing, and it was just the platforming thing, would it be as good as something like Super Meat Boy?
Yes, it would be just as good. That's the thing. Like this game didn't need a good story. It doesn't need it at all. It is great gameplay, but the fact that it also has this incredible way of telling a story that I really enjoy.
It seems like pretty funny
tell
characters.
A story, or like it looks to me like is it quite an abstract game? Like does it
No,
it's got a core narrative?
Yeah, like your characters. I mean, nobody's voiced. Everyone just speaks kind of like
Sim.
What's the game called? Like that rare game, like Banjo-Kazooie. Everyone talks like wah 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 wah. But like everyone has something interesting to say. All the side characters are kind of funny.
And you can speak to them like twice, 2 or 3 times, kind of, and it comes up with different text each time.
Like you can stay there and just talk to them. And like it's funny because one of the main characters has like an Instagram page in the game, and he's always like taking random pictures. And then you can literally follow him on actual Instagram and just see random pictures of him like posing like, in a mountain. It does so much, man. I really, Jordan, if you like Super Meat Boy, like this game is like it takes a lot from Super Meat Boy. Like the spikes that you have to jump past, like. There's so much to it.
There's also an assist mode if you get really, really stuck. So you can like put on. I haven't looked at it because I haven't played it with that yet. But so it's going to be accessible for some people as well who maybe just get so frustrated at one point. So there's never going to be a point where it's just like, no, I cannot do this. This is absolutely impossible. You can stick on an assist if you want just to get past that one bit.
Is there like a quick restart button?
It's just instantly as soon as you die.
Dying, yeah. Yeah,
so you die in it, but then it's quick to get you started again. Yeah,
instant,
it's like right there. Yeah, like.
And I love how a lot of it's not just precision platforming. There's a lot of kind of puzzles where you have to solve. Like there's one bit where I had to jump up and then go down again to get on the other side of this thing to jump over, and it just it makes you think a lot as well. In what I've played so far, I mean, I've only played an hour, just over an hour, I think of it.
I'm
but
assuming
it's left an
it's
impression.
at home on the Switch. There's no point in me looking at the Steam version.
Oh,
Switch is
man,
the way.
it is fucking it's at home on the fucking Switch. But that's kind of why I wanted a controller with like the octagon shape around it, because there's a lot of like precision to like your movements. Like you have to jump diagonal a lot.
Do you think that the Switch in handheld mode is giving you the precision that you need?
I mean, now I'm fucking ace at it. I'm like really good. And like this is like a game I connected to the TV. I'm like, let me just play this on like the big screen. Let me just see how this looks. And it looks incredible, even blown up. Like it is a game at home on the Switch, and I really hope more people play it. And again, like if you don't want the difficulty, just don't go for the strawberries. Just don't go for like any of the other stuff. And the assist mode puts everything in slow motion, which is fucking awesome.
I think that's one option.
Oh my god!
Can you do some that you can have like invincibility as well? I think.
Oh,
the assist mode. There's a few other. There's like I think you can edit the assist mode and see which assists you want, which I think is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's on 90.
I didn't fuck around with the assist mode.
It's got 10 out of 10 by IGN, 90 on Metacritic right now. GameSpot gave it 9. They tend to just give
this game
everything
come from?
I don't know.
It's made by like 5 people. Like no, it's made by like 20 people, I think. In total.
It's called Matt
But,
Makes Games. Meant to be one guy.
Yeah, that's what the company's called. It's called Matt Makes Games. It came out of nowhere. I didn't hear. I heard about it a long time ago, like last year, but like I totally forgot about it. I just figured like, oh, it's just gonna be another platformer. That's fine. I'll buy it when it comes out on Switch. And like I bought it and saw that all the reviews were like, this is the second coming of Christ.
10 out of 10.
Let me see this. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I saw the 10 out of 10 on IGN. I'm like, holy shit! Like that's
for a game that's
I don't
obscure.
like IGN, but
yeah.
But that's my piece. I'm probably gonna write a review for the website. This is gonna be my first review.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll do a video review as well if you want.
9.5.
Feel free to stick on like a video review if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking do a video review. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Any other games? I played a bit of Planet Coaster. It's just unreal how much you can customize in that. I was just chilling with it, and I think 3 people bought the game because of me streaming it. Just coming in, going, "What? You can edit this. You can edit that." People managed to make like Burger King and McDonald's just from all the in-game assets in there. I'm having so much fun with that. It's like the customization in that is, and the Steam Workshop and everything like that is. Yeah, if you like those type of games, you're not going to find any better. And I think it's now on sale again on Humble. You can get it for like €8 or €9. So give it a go. But apart from that, are there any other games?
Not from me.
Not me.
Oh, I played some what's it called? Gang Beasts. Really like it. It's really fun.
Janky.
That's it. Really janky. Is there a punch button or only a headbutt button? Because I've just been headbutting people.
I think the grab.
It's the shoulder buttons you hit with.
Oh yeah, I need to get better at that.
Yeah. Oh, it's Atti's here. It's his
happy
birthday, Atti. There he is. Say thank you, Atti.
Birthday.
No, I'm gonna say. Should we go to the news, Atti? Okay. Oh, he's got his new. This is his new toy that he got for his birthday.
Oh wow.
All right. He's going away now. Okay, time for the news.
Start spreading the news.
Click, 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 play.
Click, 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 click. Play the news. Play the news, Jordan. Well, tell us the news.
News. So the news is that Destiny is struggling. Gamers are not happy over the microtransactions.
Why is this new?
Apparently, yeah, it's been in the news this week. So, player interest in Activision's Blizzard. This comes from. Oh, wait a minute. They're playing me a stupid automatic video. This comes from CNBC. Player interest in Activision's Blizzard's Destiny 2 is dropping, which will hurt the game publisher's add-on revenue this year, one Wall Street firm predicts. Cohen reiterated his market platform rating on Activision Blizzard shares, citing increasing evidence players are leaving the Destiny community. They're quoted as saying, While Call of Duty World War II clearly had a great holiday, which likely sets up strong franchise live services revenue in 2018, Destiny 2 is struggling right now, with player engagement appearing to be on the wane. One of the analysts is quoted as saying Destiny is not in a good place. So it's just, I guess we normally talk quite anecdotally about Destiny, but then we kind of did it early with Call of Duty, where I just kind of want to see the figures, because as much as I've never given a shit about Call of Duty, I think it's still massively popular, and sometimes I think that might be the case with Destiny. But if based on this article, it seems like the apathy that we have might actually be the trend.
Yep, I'm not interested in it, but I've noticed loads of big streamers have stopped playing it that like used to just be Destiny streamers. So that's a massive thing they're gonna. Because I read today that, I don't know if it's in the news. No, it's not. But EA apparently really obsessed with big YouTubers. And like they're obsessed with how they react to stuff. So the fact that so many massive Twitch streamers are stopping playing it, then it's gonna hurt them a lot. And Manny's got a question. We could maybe use it rather than save it for the questions. Have it now. What would it take for you to play Destiny 2 again?
Destiny 3. What would it take for me? Man, I just need you guys to buy it on Xbox, because I got no reason to play that game again. I got my fill of it. Fun story, whatever.
Like I really enjoyed Destiny 2, but nothing's going to make me play it again, because I don't want to. Like, I think it's weird because like you think of Destiny as being this big platform type game, but I think we've seen with Destiny 2, it's just come and gone. It's been a traditional kind of AAA experience that people play for 2 months and people have stopped, which clearly wasn't the plan for that game, but that's kind of what has happened. And also people are really sour about it, because I guess a lot of people wanted to hang on and play it for months and months, but the community's dying.
Needs another raid.
I'm sure they'll fix it. It's too big to fail, isn't it? But
I heard they might bring back PvP at 6v6 again, which that wasn't the thing that was annoying me. 4v4 was fine, but just let us choose what type of modes we want and give us stuff that, like, every single time. I love that screen at the end where you'd be like, oh, what am I going to get? And it'd be a blue or a purple, and it'd be always something that was maybe slightly better than what you had, and you could really grind to get better gear, and I enjoyed that. Plus the bounties, like the weekly or the daily bounties from I can't remember what the name of that monster was. That just kind of gave me something to do every time I logged in. And the quest list, I had like 8 pages.
To do one day.
Yeah, but then the quest list of what you had to do, I had 8 different pages of stuff, and like this one I've got nothing to do when I log on. I don't mind having 8 pages, because it's always like, okay, I've done some of the bounties. Oh, if I go to this place, I just need to collect some of this, and I don't know, there was always something to do, whereas this Destiny just feels like there's nothing to do.
Yeah. Next,
and go back and play that Destiny.
Yeah, go back to Destiny 1.
So we talked earlier about games feeling at home on the Switch. A game has been announced for the Switch this week. It is Dead Cells, and I've already owned that on Steam, but it's in early access. So I'm kind of waiting for the final release. But that's absolutely a game that I'd rather play on Switch. And when it comes to it, I'll play the shit out of it. Anybody else play Dead Cells? I've talked about it before on the show.
No, I really want to though. That's the second. That's the what's it called? The 2D like Dark Souls game, right?
It's kind of like it's kind of like Rogue Legacy, with a little bit of Dark Souls in there. Like I said, it's in early access at the moment, and it's kind of one of those early access games which is pretty much 90% done, but they just don't want to kind of fully release it yet. So my plan with it was, I can tell it's going to be a game that I love, but I put a couple of hours in and then thought I'm just going to wait until the final release, just so I know that I'm kind of getting everything when I play through it. But now I'll just totally wait on the Switch release, because it's just a fucking perfect fit for that type of game. And as a bit of a side tangent, I got involved in a tweet thread this week with the makers of Rogue Legacy. I think it's like Trapdoor Games, something like that. They've basically confirmed that they're looking at bringing Rogue Legacy to the Switch as well. Which, I will happily play through again. I want a fucking sequel though, which is everyone keeps on telling me Dead Cells is that next game, and I don't think it is. I think Dead Cells is good for its own reasons, but it doesn't give me what I want from. It isn't that kind of that really precision-y platforming type game. But yeah, I just want both on the Switch, please. Other games.
I love how many good games are coming out. Dead Cells looks beautiful, by the way. I've not played it yet.
It is very, very good. Yeah, wait for the Switch. And I got it for like a $5 months ago.
Oh, do we have a release date yet for Hollow Knight? That reminds me of it. Yeah.
No, well, it might be, but I don't know of it.
Oh, that's a good game to play on the Switch. So many great games
nice
coming out.
as well. While you're looking for that, BioWare has confirmed that they're hard at work working on a new Dragon Age game, which fills me with mixed feelings. I enjoyed the last Dragon Age game, but then Mass Effect Andromeda also happened. So who knows what kind of quality this will be. But Casey Hudson, who's the general manager at BioWare, has tweeted to reveal some new information about the Dragon Age game. The game's official existence was announced earlier in the week, and Casey Hudson tweeted out, reading lots of feedback regarding Dragon Age, and I think you'll be relieved feedback, and I think you'll be relieved to see what the team is working on, story and character focused. Too early to talk details, but when we talk live, it just means designing the game for continued storytelling. So I think basically that was a tweet in reaction to the fact that they had said they want it to be a live game, whatever that means. So I guess kind of game of service type thing. And I guess the tweet is just trying to say, look, we have got story in there. That I've got no faith that they'll pull that off correctly. I think all eyes are on Anthem in terms of BioWare, so we shall see.
Of thieves.
There's no date for the Switch game, but apparently very soon, people think.
Anybody played Paragon?
Nope.
No, is that a MOBA?
It's got a toxic community.
It hasn't got a community anymore. They're shutting it down.
Oh, good.
So I think I predicted this, like either last week or the week before when we were talking about Fortnite. I said, what is the impact of Paragon, which is their other game? And clearly the impact is not great for that game because they're closing down, but they're doing the right thing. Well, I think it's probably been overly nice, really. They're giving everyone refunds who ever bought that game.
That's awesome.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seems a bit
so go buy it and then just return it.
Yeah. They seem to have got a load of loads of money. What Epic's the ones with Fortnite, isn't it? So
yeah,
they're gonna be they must be rolling in money right now. They want to get good press.
Have anyone done that before? Giving the money back?
Not to that extent, I think. Like, and that's a game where you can
the Batman Arkham City. No, Batman.
Oh, Imposters.
Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Arkham Imposters or something Imposters. You know what? I'm going to channel my brother. That's a bad business decision. They shouldn't do that business decision.
You get people moaning.
And it sounds like none of us care about that game anyway, so that's fine. It's just interesting. I think the most interesting thing about that one is the fact that they're offering everybody refunds, which is a really cool move. I guess they need to keep on side and get them playing Fortnite.
What kind of game was it? Was it MOBA or was it like Overwatch?
MOBA, so like kind of top down. I know nothing about this kind of field of games, but yeah, top down, more like League of Legends type stuff. But I might be wrong.
Okay.
I remember playing it. It might have been third person actually.
Oh no, it's like it's a MOBA, but it's like Smite.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to play it, so it's going to die.
Seeing
about April 26th as well, specifically.
Seeing Andre's hands movement and slightly a bit of anger, I'm guessing he's playing Celeste.
Shut up! God damn it!
I can see your face going every time you die.
And the last bit of news we've already kind of covered a little bit, but it's just around Xbox announcing that all of their first-party exclusives will come to their... Is it Game Pass? Is that the name of the actual scheme?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Xbox Game Pass.
Cool. So at the moment, you can get Game Pass in the UK at $7.99 a month. When I bought my Xbox, they gave me like 2 months of it free. And it basically gives you access to a catalog of like 100 or so games, which are made up of a lot of their first-party exclusives, but obviously not day one. And then kind of a lot of backwards compatible games I've noticed, the 360 stuff, and then whatever they can get with kind of third-party partners. They've announced in terms of their first-party studio output, which at this point I don't think is all that much, but whatever does come
rare
out,
games.
yeah, literally rare.
For some reason.
But they will include those, so you'll get them day one. So hypothetically, when Halo 6 comes out. As long as you've paid your $7.99 for that month, you will be able to play Halo 6. Obviously, you don't own that game. If your subscription runs out, that game just gets removed from your library. I actually played Halo 5 via this service, and I totally forgot I played it via Game Pass. I assumed that I bought the game when I got my Xbox, and then I was kind of looking at, I couldn't work out where Halo 5 had gone, and it's because my subscription has expired. The game is just gone, which is fair enough. So I think this is a good move. I think this is a move that isn't them necessarily forwards thinking. I think the situation that they find themselves in has led to this, but at the same time, I think it could be a really good move and probably something that you'll see potentially Sony following with in the future in some kind of way. I guess we'll have to see how it goes, but as cool as it is for me, is this works specifically well for me because I've got an Xbox and a PC, and it was kind of a stupid purchase because what the fuck are you actually going to play on it other than some 360 games and Halo? But for me now, what this means is it got rid of that buyer's regret for me, because when Sea of Thieves comes out, I can just pay my $7.99 and play it, which is, considering how poor that beta is, definitely a better choice for me, I think. And then when State of Decay 2 comes out, I can pay my $7.99 and play it. And then if I really love it, maybe I'll go and buy it on PC or something. And the same with Crackdown, assuming that comes out this year, I'll do that then. So for like 25 quid, I'm basically getting all of their first party output, at least in a rental capacity.
Is this just future releases?
Good news for me, but
is it just future releases?
It might backfire a little bit.
Do like current Forza games included in this, or is it just future releases?
Everything. So literally everything.
Everything.
When's this gonna?
The one thing I don't like about the subs and stuff is like that means the game company got your money before they made a game every time.
Less pressure.
But you're paying for access to that catalog, aren't you?
Yeah, and that if everyone is just subbing everything, that means they already have your money, so they don't have to.
Just look what happened to the WWE with the network. WWE network quality's gone down.
Yeah, I agree. But then, can the quality go down any further in terms of Microsoft's first-party output?
Like
there's a lot of downsides to this potentially. Like I think because of their situation, it's a smart move. If Sony were to do this tomorrow, it would be insane, because what it would mean is people will be cancelling their pre-orders. The retailers will be sending all of their boxes to the back of the store. And you're right in terms of it's a race to the bottom, because you know that we've got X amount of subscribers to the service. They're all paying $7.99. Then that's never going to increase or decrease outside of the sum amount of subscribers. So therefore, we could put 200 million into Halo 6, or we could put 70 million into Halo 6.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, it doesn't.
That becomes the kind of the business.
Was it somebody
conversation, I guess?
Was it somebody in our WhatsApp group, or did somebody say that like all games are now going to be episodic? Because it's going to be like, hey, keep subscribing, and in 2 months' time, you're going to have another episode.
I think that'd be pretty cool if like Halo just came out monthly. That'd be pretty badass. I mean, I wouldn't like. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have to finish the entire game and then slowly. They can't do like what Telltale does and make a game in a weekend and not release it for like 12 years.
Like Life is Strange.
Whoa.
I can totally see them just getting out of the hardware market, unless this really turns things around for them.
It won't.
Yeah.
I suggested saying that like games in future, the consoles will just be kind of internet boxes, and it's all like all processed in some kind of streaming system, and you can buy it, and all you do is you've got a like Netflix subscription, and you're streaming these games, because eventually internet will make it just so everybody can do that one day. As long as there's the option.
Exactly. I have to say, after I got an Xbox is so much better than PlayStation. Like the console, but the games are.
You're wrong there though, Mello.
What's better about the console?
Pretty.
Mostly just the servers.
Like I had the total.
Oh yeah.
And how it's everything is just easier.
I just hate navigation.
I know the online kind of, which obviously doesn't really impact me that much, but I know traditionally the online element of Xbox has been more robust than PlayStation.
So I don't get that. I kept getting disconnected. Like even yesterday, it was
more quality. I don't know.
I don't get that. Yesterday I was playing. It was saying it wasn't connected to Xbox Live, and I was pressing the button for Xbox, and it was glowing like I'd pressed it, but wasn't even doing anything. And it just keeps randomly disconnecting for me. Maybe it's a problem with the Xbox. But
I find my Xbox is slower to download than my PlayStation.
Really?
Well, for me, it's the opposite. I download in 50 megabytes per second on the Xbox and 4 or 3 on the PlayStation.
Are you sure it's megabytes or?
No, I always hear that the Xbox has faster download speeds because PlayStation. Fuck, what did they say? Like
Go to the
PlayStation.
Microsoft own server, so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Like when I downloaded Sea of Thieves, it's only like 7 gig, and it just seemed like a fucking slog. Like Steam would download that for me in like 5 minutes, something like that.
That's because you were watching porn at the same time, so you really can't. Yeah.
But like, it was saved porn. It wasn't streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Struggles.
At the end of the news, time for questions. Question time.
Question time. Time to answer questions that have been in all of our minds. Question time. Leave it in the chat and we will answer it in due time. I know you.
Question time. It's time for the questions because it's question time, which is for when the questions are. First question is, I think, from Baltimore. Are you guys excited for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Nope.
I never got into the Kingdom Hearts series. I really want to. It looks really awesome.
I think they're really difficult. So I remember.
If there's any way I can start to play the Kingdom Hearts 3 without playing the first ones, I'll play it.
There's probably like a video online that just runs everything down.
Can you get the Kingdom Hearts Remaster Special Edition 1.03 divided by 6 Ultra Plus Unlimited Edition?
I got the remastered of the first one, but it's crappy. Still crappy. The controller is so bad. I like the story though.
I hope the third one's better. Like, I hope the third one's a totally different story. It's been such a long time since the second one, I can't imagine they would have a load of linking between that one. Because loads of people, not many people who are gaming and like probably going to be attracted to that type of game are going to have played the last two. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it that much. When it comes out, I'll see the reviews. Do we think Star Wars is going to be in it?
No.
Wasn't it? Didn't I say so?
Really? That'd be insane.
Because the Pirates was in the last one.
But this is Star Wars. I feel like that's so.
Sacred.
No, it's. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars.
You can't really get any more bonkers than Final Fantasy meets Disney, really. Like you've got a Squall from Final Fantasy VIII and Donald Duck in the same room. Like anything's up for grabs.
Yeah. Will Disney allow that though? They seem to be very protective of Star Wars.
Hate the Jews.
Yeah, they do. Second question. Well, the second and final question so far is: what games franchise does everyone think is overrated? Monster Hunter. No.
I would say Call of Duty, but it isn't overrated. Everybody hates it. Just plebs that buy it.
Buy it anyway.
You bought it, Ellen.
Yeah, I'm a pleb.
Yeah. Saw him the word pleb a few weeks ago. Yeah. Assassin's Creed.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I think Assassin's Creed is definitely overrated. I've never really understood the
thank you,
buzz
Jordan.
on Assassin's Creed.
I said it. Hey.
I would like, and I will also say Far Cry games until I hope the next game is good.
Man,
Primal was terrible.
Far Cry 2 is one of my favorite games. Far Cry 3
was even better.
pretty
Overrated.
I actually like Far Cry 2 more than
I like
because
3
you
more
like
than 4.
easy games, man. I like tough fucking games that make me question existence. I like that.
My favorite thing about 3 was able to just really take it slowly. Like if you wanted to destroy a camp, you could just do it really slowly. Just sit around with I think it was I don't know if it was a sniper or a bow or something, but just really slowly killing people. I love that.
You're a psychopath.
I am. Yeah. What other games are overrated? I'm looking at what franchise. FIFA. That's just a game they release every year with the same skin. Fallout.
Oh yeah, FIFA. I hate FIFA. But aren't we like everybody agrees here that FIFA sucks?
Everyone agrees here.
Yeah.
Just because we're all pieces of shit.
I'll play it every 4 years or so because that's like a big enough upgrade. But I've just recently been getting really bored with it.
Mario Odyssey was overrated.
I agree.
Not by this podcast. Where did we put it?
Like 5. I don't think it deserves top. I think it would be a solid 7 for top 10 of last year.
I don't know, but I would really like to show you the clip of you talking about it, Andre, because it sounds like the best game ever made.
Oh no, I love that game. I mean, it's still in my top 7 for sure. I think Zelda is a trip to even put them on the same pedestal is ridiculous in my opinion. The only reason Mario was in the conversation was because it just came out.
I came 8th. He's number 8. You know, top 10.
That's about right. I'm sorry, Jordan, that whatever Cthulhu type game you wanted to win didn't fucking win.
Sonic's overrated.
God, it's Sonic. Honestly, let me put
this. Sonic's overrated.
Sonic is one of the most.
Hates it.
Sonic is so overrated because even when a good game, even their best game is a solid 6.
What's the best game?
Mania is a good
fucking
6.
idiot. It's Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
No, my God, you're such a loser. You just didn't have a Super Nintendo, so you didn't understand what actual platforming was. That was bullshit.
Yeah. I could have been playing fucking Donkey Kong Country. Oh.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country. I can tell. I'd rather play Donkey Kong 64 than I would any Sonic game fucking ever made.
Mario's for potheads.
Oh my God, Sonic is for fucking people who shop at Hot Topic and fucking.
Jordan has no idea what that means. I think.
Listen to Avril Lavigne and like think she's badass and download fucking Sum 41 songs on their goddamn MP3 players and wear baggy pants and chain wallets and shit. That's what Sonic is for. Sonic, the best Sonic game is as good as the worst of the Mario games.
Oh, I'd argue that's not the case. There's some really bad Mario games.
I mean, mainline Mario games, like yeah, Paper Mario is way better. There has never been a good Sonic game ever.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of the best games ever made.
Yeah, you're fucking.
It's on our top 100, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. You know what?
Wasn't many Mario games in that list. I think I had to put Mario World on there. Nobody else even thought about it.
Whoa, Mario World was on my top for sure. What are you talking about? You crazy.
Finn says, I love Sonic, and Andre described me perfectly. There we go. What others are overrated? What about, I think Destiny's probably overrated. Well, it's getting a lot of hate right now. I had one, I can't remember what it is now, but oh well. Never mind. Final Fantasy, maybe? I think that's overrated.
No,
not now. Now people are after I think 9 caused a turn. People, even though that's your favorite, isn't it, Mellum?
9 is the best Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, that was like the first one that official UK PlayStation Magazine didn't give a 10 to. And then they decided they didn't like them.
I can't help that people are stupid.
Sass in the chat says someone clearly never played Hotel Mario. Hotel Mario.
I did play that, and I loved it.
Life is Mario. What we want as the next one.
I wish that'd be great. You know what's funny? I promise you, all of Life is Strange is coming out on Switch in like 6 months.
Yeah, if it's coming to Android, it can come to the Switch.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, that's how you know a game is good when it can be easily ported to Android.
What about? I think Halo 1 is overrated, definitely.
You're a fucking idiot, and you're wrong. That's a
Man.
dumb statement.
Halo
Ben.
is overrated.
You're both on the wrong side of history on this one. You guys are the ones who are saying blue lives matter right now.
Blue
And,
Line.
In fact, it redefined what first-person shooters can be on a console. It redefined first-person shooters across the
GoldenEye.
board. Took first-person shooters away from the mouse and keyboard and brought them home to a controller. It built the Xbox
Quake
brand
did
on a
that.
singular game.
Not GoldenEye.
Quake, no, it
Quake
didn't.
did that. Play Quake on a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it's on a controller.
It wasn't what we talked about.
They're saying like
No, so I'm saying-
console.
I'm saying that traditionally now we play, any normal. I don't know what you guys do because you fucking weird Twitch people, but like any normal person sits down and plays a first-person shooter with a nice controller in their hand. A DualShock 4 or a nice
Yeah,
Xbox
like
One
plebs
controller.
with the auto aim and everything. You guys
Oh,
even need cheat to play
I'm
the
gonna
game.
press tab to change weapons.
Oh, make sure you hit the
Press what?
backspace. Make sure you hit the backspace 3 times to throw grenades. Yeah.
Idiots! I need a light on to see the button. Fuck's sake!
You need a mouse with buttons. That's what you need. Like a controller, but for
Got it.
one hand.
Got all the gear.
Mhm.
Can't get on the. There.
I first-person shooters. I like on console, to be honest. I lasted about 20 minutes playing Titanfall 2 on PC and deleted it. Screw that. PUBG though was good. That's why I think, Melon, I think you'd like Prey as well. It seems very like there's no aim assist even on console. Just feels very kind of like
No.
yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like you're
They use aim
overpowered at all.
assist, and that means if you're actually good with the controller, it's gonna mess up your aiming all the time.
Turn it off then.
Hmm?
Just turn it off.
Yeah, and then you will have a disadvantage. It's not. It's
Oh,
not a middle thing there.
You just get good, man.
Yeah, and then that's why I use the mouse.
Not saying it's overrated, but I just hate how people seem to accept that The Sims has these really expensive expansion packs that keep coming out, and like EA kind of get away with that. They get so much hate for everything else, but then they release $40 expansion packs that just bring dogs or like city living. I don't
Who buys
understand.
The Sims other than basic women? Like,
Oh God.
Rosie, we apologize if you're listening to this podcast.
whoa! I'm not saying that all women are basic. I'm saying women who buy
No.
The Sims are basic.
No, we've got a friend called Rosie who streams the Sims a lot
Oh right.
and buys lots of
Yeah, but
packs.
she's doing it for the money then. Clearly,
She's got lots of
I
subs.
can respect that. It's like you guys. You don't actually like a lot of the games that you play. You're just doing it because you know that's going to get you up on the
Oh
charts.
no,
on
I
Twitch.
would
get
change.
it.
I would
Like,
change a lot of games. I would change the
get
games
it,
I
you
played
know.
if I wanted that.
Yeah, and we do this podcast with plebs, and we do it just for the money.
Yeah, I know you guys are only here for the money for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
all the
sweet.
money.
This podcast is usually like the
Sweet.
least watched thing I do all week. I still do it every week.
Hey, thanks, man.
And on that note, well, I suppose this is episode 52. So the first one, was a year last Wednesday that we started. 365 days before then, because it was on a Sunday. Have you enjoyed yourself so far, Jordan?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you looking forward to another 52?
Yeah. Yes.
Good answer. Good answer there. We need to bring your friend on that thinks EVE Online was the best game of last year.
It's my first cousin.
Ah.
Fairly sorry. So that was New Year's Eve. Yeah, when that
Also, your
happened.
girlfriend.
Oh god, is he still around?
I haven't heard from him since.
Oh.
He left my house and nobody's heard from him since New Year's Eve. So.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, does he do that, or is he a missing person right now?
So he lost his phone on New Year's Eve. So I think that just ended his social.
It's like he's lost it and thought, you know what? I'm all right. I'm fine with that one. Okay, well, we're gonna go now because I want to go and chill and eat something before the Royal Rumble. And I want to play a bit more Monster Hunter World. Fancy that, Mel?
I'm gonna play some Sea of Thieves.
You
You loser.
loser. All right.
You're literally playing all the content that they're going to sell you. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
He wants that hat. He wants the pirate hat. All right. Well, let's say goodbye and put this thing out of its misery. Bye-bye, everybody.
Twats.
Bye, everybody. Play Celeste. I think it's a fucking fantastic game.
Yeah.
Also, play Life is Strange.
Monster Hunter is overrated.
Monster Hunter is overrated. It's a complex game filled with charts and bullshit.
Hotel Mario. Go and play that. I don't even know what it was released on.
Go play Hotel Mario.
What is Hotel Mario? Oh, it actually exists.
Yeah, it's like
Philips
a point and click.
Philips CDI. Jesus. Anyway, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.